5,000 people are on hand here in Skydome to witness the event, the largest crowd ever to watch a game in Canada, beating the record set on opening night against New Jersey. The Worm is Chicago, 2 games there. The Raptors played them very tight.
They really did. Toronto, a lot of people expected Toronto to get blown out in the 2 games in Chicago, yet they made it competitive, and both games came down to the last 5 minutes. Toronto did a good job of challenging Chicago, taking it to Chicago, and making a game of it both times.
Yeah, Jean Tabak had a terrific game, but Michael Jordan has been pretty hot against our team as well.
#1 scorer in the NBA at 31 points a game, but check this out, 42 points average in his last 3 ball games. He is absolutely on fire, folks.
You're looking at opposite ends of the spectrum as far as the standings go. Of course, the Raptors in their first year, the bottom of the Central Division, looking for just their 2nd win in the division. Chicago at 32 and
playing in a transition game, and Damon Stoudemire can do it as well as anybody on the court. And then our second point would be keep the Worm off the glass. Dennis Rodman leading the NBA in rebounding at 14.7. Of course, it won't show on the stats because he hasn't played enough games. And in his last game, a triple-double, 21 boards, 10 points, and 10 assists. So he's coming into the Skydome feeling good. And our last tip is play your game. Despite the potential of the Chicago Bulls and the talent on this team, Scottie Pippen, a tremendous basketball player, shooting 69% from three-point land in his last 4 games. And you also have Tony Kukoc, as we get another look at Scottie Pippen, 21 points a game. Tony Kukoc, another outstanding all-round player, 11 points a game. And they also have a bunch of other guys, Steve Kerr.
Here are the starters for the Bulls. From Central Arkansas, 6'7" guard forward, number 33, Scottie Pippen. From Southeastern Oklahoma State, a 6'8" forward, number 91, Dennis Rodman. From New Mexico, a 7'2" center, number 13, Luke Longley. From Miami, Ohio, a 6'6" guard, number 9, Ron Harper. And from North Carolina, a 6'6" guard, number 23, Michael Jordan. The head coach of the Chicago Bulls is Phil Jackson. The assistants are Jim Clemens, John Paxson, Jimmy Rogers, and Tex Winter. The trainer is Chip Schaefer.
His 3rd coaching appearance against the Bulls, and had to be proud of his squad in the first 2, but now on his home turf with a chance to knock off the team that's trying to go on to the best record in the history. And the crowd already starts to respond. And
this crowd was into it right off the bat, John. There's some energy in the Skydome we have not felt yet this season.
Well, and probably not too many arenas, as much as Michael Jordan is loved around the league, there aren't too many arenas where when he takes the floor, the crowd for the visiting team, or the roar for the visiting team, is every bit as loud as it was for the home team. But this crowd very much in anticipation. I'm sure the players on the Raptors realize that this is not just Michael Jordan's first visit, but he comes in with a team that has a chance to make history.
And as we said in the open, this team is playing so well that it's entertaining for the fans to watch because they make it look so easy by playing together. They're in sync with each other. They're having a good time on the court. As long as they can stay healthy, this team may win its 4th championship in 6 years.
As you saw in the shots earlier, people still arriving. Could not have been easy to get into this building tonight. 35,000. They probably could have sold out the whole building, even seats where you couldn't see it. And the Raptors control the opening tip. And Damon Stoudemire, for the 3rd time, will go head-to-head with Michael Jordan. Nice little roll to the basket by Tabak, who had a terrific outing, 24 points the last time he faced the Bulls.
Well, Jean Tabak put on a clinic in Chicago for Luke Longley and Billy Wennington. As you said, 24 points, and did it with an assortment of shots and dunks, and here taking it right at Luke Longley. Strong to the bucket, and that's what Jean Tabak has the ability to do with his athleticism, long arms, and great pass by Damon, reading the screen and roll.
Now, Tabak had his 24, a career high in the last meeting off the bench. He gets the start tonight because Oliver Miller is stricken with the flu. At first, we were told he wouldn't even dress, but he is out there and may play, but he's feeling very much under the weather.
Well, everybody went down with the flu. Reggie Miller, right after the game against us the other night, went down with the flu last night. So
Scottie Pippen answers back.
Scottie Pippen, one of the best all-round players in the game, and one of the reasons he is the pressure that Michael Jordan takes off of him, and Pippen is just accepting his role, playing so well this season.
Shot clock is now down to 6 as Willie Anderson tries to work around Pippen. Finds Alvin Robertson, who has an open jumper. Oh, it rattles in and out. Massenberg misses everything on the rebound. Still belongs to the Raptors.
But how about Massenberg right inside, fought his way for inside position, coming off a monster game against the Indiana Pacers. 24 points, 14 boards, his best game this season after coming back from a broken foot.
And he says he's starting to feel back in the rhythm of the game, and you've talked about that so much, how difficult it is when you've been injured to come back. He's feeling it now.
And Toronto, with Tony Massenberg being close to full strength now, they have the luxury of 2 premier power forwards in Eddie Pickney and Tony.
Tabak working on Longley, dumps it off for Willie Anderson. Reverse is very nice underneath Rodman.
Good job of Willie Anderson. He saw Tabak was stuck and made them drive right to the bucket.
Harper with Stoudemire guarding him. Luke Longley in the middle, underneath to the worm. Rodman, shot goes down.
Dennis Rodman becoming a scorer the last couple of days. 10 points the other night. Dennis usually does not look to score unless it's situations like that where he's wide open or gets an offensive tip-in.
Well, he averages under 6 points a game. But it's the rebounding. That's why he is on the floor, leading the league again. Stoudemire from long range. A little long with it. Tabak chases it down.
And you can see the respect that Michael Jordan has given Damon. He's giving him a lot of room to shoot because he's worried about his quickness. And Calvin Robertson with the follow.
Great job on the boards thus far by the Raptors.
They're really going at it. And that's one of the things. If you can attack Chicago on the glass, they're not going to be able to get out and run as well.
Harper spins on Damon Stoudemire. Pippen on the baseline. Harper with a cut, rejected by Tabak.
Oh, 2 great plays. Jean Tabak with a tremendous block on Harper. And how about that pass by Pippen? Get another look at it. Pippen over the shoulder, just flips it to Harper. And look at this reaction by Tabak.
Just 9 on the 24-second clock. Lord tries to get Alvin Robertson in the air. 3, 2 on the shot clock. Longley doesn't get it off.
And Luke Longley, not recognizing the clock was coming down, took his time way too long down low. And we talked about Tony Kukoc. One of the, I should say, Jean Tabak. One of the reasons when he does play well, he seems to play well when he's playing against former teammates like Elijah Wan at Houston or fellow countryman Tony Kukoc from Croatia.
And Longley will get hit with a foul there. Feel like sports start the first at the Metro Toronto Convention Center. Robertson was looking for Tony Massenberg. Scottie Pippen launches the shot, along with that Harper down with the rebound. Jordan just lets fly over top of Alvin Robertson. It was halfway down, but popped out.
Damon always doing such a good job with the dribble, holding the dribble, keeping the defense on edge. Nice cut by Robertson. Oh, got caught on the front of the rim that time.
Well, I think Dennis Rodman's presence made him probably leave the floor a little earlier than he wanted, and that's what happened with the missed dunk. Harper down the lane, gets fouled.
And Ron Harper doing a nice job of getting inside. He went up, pulled the ball away from the defense. We'll get another look at how he avoids the contact. Actually, we're going to take a look at Robertson first. Getting caught on the front of the rim. Good call, John. He definitely took off a little bit early. Seeing Rodman react to him.
Dennis Rodman came close to a walk there. Did he release the ball before he came back down to the floor? Bill Wennington, your old partner on the Canadian national team, is going to check into the game right now.
So I was talking to Billy right before the game, and he's just saying it is so much fun to be on this team. Everybody is just working together, having a great time. And I asked him about Dennis Rodman, what's he like? And he said, are you kidding me? He's great. Everybody loves him. He's just in there trying to work hard. I think the big thing is he respects his teammates. When you have great players like Chicago does, it's easy to show a lot of respect. And I don't think he respected a lot of his teammates in San Antonio. Now we saw Chicago show a little full court pressure.
The box reverse won't go off of Wennington and out of bounds. But Tabak again showing the quick step.
Well, you can tell he feels very comfortable playing Longley and Wennington. He did not hesitate. As soon as that ball got there, he had the drop step to the baseline and really should have made this shot. He had a good look at the bucket. Another one of those times where he could have maybe gone up with a reverse dunk instead of put up a soft layup.
Stoudemire trapped by Jordan. Massenberg comes to the ball. Shot clock down to 5 now as Stoudemire tries to get some help from Tabak. Jordan with a quick hand. 2 on the shot clock. Damon Stoudemire. Oh, my goodness.
And Jordan was all over him. Almost got the ball, and he almost got that ball from behind. That was an incredible shot by the rookie, Damon Stoudemire. And the crowd really appreciating that effort.
Pippen down in the wing. Trying to work on Willie Anderson. Backs him in. Willie with a good hand strips Pippen. Alvin Robertson into Tabak. Dumps it out to Willie. Stoudemire, and we got a 3-second call. Lane
3 seconds
long in there.
Violation called against the Raptors. Possession Chicago.
Get a look at Michael Jordan all over Damon Stoudemire with the clock ticking down. But Damon, look at this, showing the cool. Doesn't panic, gets the ball back and shoots it. Jordan almost got a piece of that from behind.
Alvin Robertson trying to deny his old friend Michael Jordan, and nice job of defense, forces the turnover.
That's one thing about the NBA. You mentioned old friend Michael Jordan, Alvin Robertson. These guys get along, they socialize together, but when they get on the court, you couldn't find 2 guys more competitive than Robertson and Jordan.
Well, they played together on the 1984 U.S. Olympic team that won the gold medal.
That's right, and
Bobby Knight is the head coach. Stoudemire dumps it up. Willie Anderson now in the wing, along with it. Tabak keeps the rebound alive, but Pippen chases it down.
A good job by Tabak. Even though you don't get it on the offensive glass, just tap it and maybe you get another chance at it.
Rodman finds Michael Jordan. Spins up in the air and gets fouled by Willie Anderson.
Michael Jordan baiting Willie with the basketball, hanging it out there, just waiting for Willie to reach to draw the foul.
We've got a timeout on the floor. It's early, but the Raptors lead by 5.
How about this for numbers? Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen together averaged 53, almost 13 boards, 11 assists, 4 steals a game. Not too shabby.
It really is incredible because, obviously Michael Jordan is the leading scorer in the league, averaging almost 32 a game. But then you look down the list to the second leading scorer, and Scottie Pippen at 21-7. Now, he would be the leading scorer on most teams. And he's number 2 by 10 points on the team that he's on.
Michael Jordan, we said that he's coming back. He's playing so well right now. Just maybe not dunking as much, maybe not doing a lot of things with the flair he did before he retired, but I'll tell you what, he is just as effective.
Willie Anderson with a nice drive.
Well, Willie was very quiet the other night against the Pacers, only 3 of 18, and every time Willie has a game where he's off, he usually comes back very strong.
Scottie Pippen tries to answer with a drive of his own. Finger roll won't go. Willie Anderson with a rebound. Harper chases it down, finds Rodman. Right back to Pippen, open for a 3, and he knocks it down.
69% from 3 in his last 4 ball games, so Pippen is not shot. He will put it up from long range.
5 times he's been an all-star and likely headed there again. Stoudemire answers back.
There's a guy that could be headed to the All-Star game, and the opposing coach, Phil Jackson, will be coaching. So you know Damon would like to have a good game as Phil Jackson is looking on.
Jordan drives, dumps it off for Wennington. Rodman with the rebound, and Massenberg thought he had a clean block, but he'll send Dennis Rodman to the line.
Dennis Rodman, as usual, getting good inside position, but Willie Anderson made the block on Billy Wennington. He had second on the Raptors in block shots, and look at this, Willie Anderson, I should say
Tony
Massenberg goes up, fouling from behind as Rodman got good position. And that's what rebounding is. It's position. And Rodman works so hard. You have to anticipate to be a great offensive rebounder. Rodman doesn't wait for the shot to be taken. He's always moving, always establishing his position well before the shot hits the rim.
Massenberg, his second foul, as you just saw, so Ed Pinckney checks into the game. Dennis Rodman, just a 56% free throw shooter, misses both, and then goes to the attack. Stoudemire find his way out of the pressure. Shot clock now under 10. Robertson has it. Down to 4. Alvin puts it on the floor. He's got to launch something. Pippen strips it away. And that's a 24-second violation against the Raptors.
We have 2 guys with quick hands. Alvin Robertson, 5th in the NBA in steals, and Scottie Pippen right behind him at number 6 at just over 2 steals a game. And you see that time with a guy at 6'9" like Scottie Pippen, actually closer to 6'10", with those quick hands and long arms, really create havoc on defense.
Turnover by the Bulls, and Willie Anderson chases down the loose ball, trying to work around Wennington, finds Ed Pinckney on the baseline. He's long. Tabak goes up strong for the rebound, but it comes down to Pippen. Michael Jordan. Tabak on him, dumped underneath to Harper. Rolls around, won't go in. Harper trying to come up with a rebound. Damon Stoudemire has it. Alvin Robertson on the wing. Pass a little high for him. And the Bulls break the other way. Pippen up with the roll, no good. Nice job by Ed Pinckney and Willie Anderson to change the shot some.
And the Bulls only 3 of 11. They're having a hard time getting going, not able to make the shots they're normally making.
Stoudemire on the baseline. Harper knocks it out of bounds. Tony Kukoc will check in for Chicago as they look for some answers here early in their first trip ever in the Sky Dome.
And the Chicago Bulls are a very good shooting team, shooting almost 50% from the field. And in the 2 previous meetings, we've seen Chicago come out firing. Now, I said Willie Anderson has a bad game. You know he's going to come right back. And Willie's strong off the start.
Willie Anderson with 6 points already here in the first quarter. Bill Wennington, little pump fake. Shot rolls in and out.
Good job by Toronto not allowing many second shot opportunities for the Bulls.
Stoudemire in the corner. Along the baseline he drives, finds Willie Anderson for a 3. A little long with it, and Kukoc has the rebound.
Willie Anderson pulled the shot at the last second, didn't quite get the follow through, and forced it long.
Jordan moves in for a closer look, quickly double team. Wennington puts it on the floor, tough little move, and he'll go to the line.
Now that's a move you don't see Billy Wennington use very often. Normally he'll settle for the jump shot, that time going to the hole.
2:54 to go, the Raptors by 7.
tip, and Damon Stoudemire gets the basket and a foul. Raptors up 3-0. Later in the first, Luke Longley to Dennis Rodman. Rodman gets the roll, and the Raptors up 5-4. Scottie Pippen finds Ron Harper cutting, but Tabak blocks the shot. Tabak started in place of Oliver Miller, who is out with the flu. Right now, the Raptors up 16-9. Jordan averaging 42 points a game in his last 3 games.
Some final news and notes now. The Buffalo Bills, Cornelius.
Back to the Sky Dome, and it's time for our AST computer court sense replay. And you get Willie Anderson struggled against the Pacers, but is coming back strong against the Bulls here in the first quarter. You look, he takes the ball right to the basket for his 6th point, and one of the things you want to do, and it looks like Willie may have gotten cut on his elbow. And he's getting worked on by the trainer. And that's one of the things that you want to do when you're struggling or coming off a tough game. Try to get some easy buckets. Take the ball to the basket, get some layups, start feeling good, get into a rhythm, and then start going to your jump shot. Willie's first 2 baskets were layups, then he came out and did hit a jump shot in the wing. So that's exactly what you want to do. And now we also have Tracy Murray into the ball game, replacing Willie Anderson. And Murray's second leading scorer in the Raptors at 14 a game. You watch Bill Wennington at the line the last time out on the 22nd of December in Chicago. Bill Wennington had a season high against the Raptors with 16 points off the bench. Played very well, especially in the second half when it was still a pretty competitive ball game down the stretch. Billy Wennington made some big shots to help the Bulls. 16-11, 5-point lead for the Raptors. Stoudemire will pull it back out and reset. Wennington helping on the baseline, traps Stoudemire with the help of Jordan. Tabak with a long-range jumper, and something about Chicago, folks. Well, Jean Tabak caught the ball, looked around, said, hey, why not? I'm putting this one up. Jordan just turns and fires. So smooth. So smooth, and it comes from his legs. Probably the best rhythm of any player I've seen in a long, long time in getting a shot from his legs. And that's the big difference from when he came from retirement in this season. Last year, he just didn't have the rhythm in his legs. And tough pass. Alvin Robertson made the cut just as Damon threw the pass.
Substitution for the Bulls into the game.
Mortal Thoughts, great movies on City TV. Demi Moore and Bruce Willis, husband and wife team, at 9 o'clock on Friday.
Steve Kerr in the ball game for the Bulls. 3rd in the NBA in 3-point shooting percentage. You give him a look, and it's 3 points.
Kukoc short with it. Foul on Tabak on the rebound.
They're the hungriest team in the NBA, and their t-shirts, sweats, caps, b-balls, and more are yours to lay your claws on. In the Raptors' nest at Sears. Expect more from Sears.
Tony Kukoc goes to the line as Tabak picked up the foul.
How about this guy, Tony Kukoc, at 6'10", handles the ball like a guard, can play point guard, can play shooting guard, has 3-point range, plays small forward, power forward. What an added dimension to this ball club, especially consider the long haul of the NBA season. To have a guy that can play many different positions, what a bonus.
Of course, he played against Jordan and Pippen when they were members of Dream Team, and he was on the Croatian team in the Olympics.
Actually, there was some bad blood back then. That's when Pippen really wanted to make sure that he shut Kukoc down and called going against the Raptors.
Kukoc had 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists against Dream Team, so he wasn't shut down completely. Foul will go against Tracy Murray.
But the issue back then was the fact that the Bulls were pursuing Tony Kukoc, and Scottie Pippen at the time felt that, hey, you're making all this effort going after this guy. How about renegotiating my contract and giving me some bigger dollars since I'm playing and I'm here now, and you're going after this other guy. And it did leave some bad blood, and even initially when Kukoc came to Chicago, it was still there, a lot of tension, but it's all seemed to resolve itself at this point.
Yeah, the return of Michael Jordan is really one of the things that helped calm down things between Kukoc and Scottie Pippen.
Well, that's why people say this is Scottie Pippen's team. Even Michael Jordan has said this is Scottie Pippen's team. This is Michael Jordan's team, and because Michael's on his team, all the other players are better, and egos are aside. And you know whose team this is? The Raptors, Damon Stoudemire.
Jordan with Alvin Robertson on him. Spins, turns, fires, long with it. Tracy Murray had the rebound. Rodman slams into him.
And Rodman gives Tracy Murray a pat. He appreciates a good effort. Rodman likes the battle, enjoys the challenge. You knock him down, he'll give you a pat. Say, hey, I got you next time.
Kerr trying to stay with Stoudemire. A couple of Arizona guys. Shot clock now down to 8. Stoudemire in the lane, dumps it down to Tabak. Blocked by Dennis Rodman.
And Tabak has to go up and dunk those shots. He cannot go soft, especially when Rodman's waiting down low.
Nice pass by Pippen into Dennis Rodman.
That's a great pass. You get a look at Rodman challenging Jean Tabak. Jean has to go up strong and take it right at the bucket. We get another look at that pass by Scottie Pippen. Nice job. And Eddie Pickney slapped at the basketball, and immediately Rodman jumped on the official and said, hey, you got to call a technical on that. And sure enough.
Well, they called Eddie Pinkney for delay of game for that, and it's actually the second in the game. So the Raptors were late leaving their bench on a timeout. So it is a techno because it's the second of the game.
You're not allowed to touch that basketball. Once it goes through the bucket, you have to let it drop. Eddie frustrated at Scottie Pippen, I should say Dennis Rodman, getting so open underneath. Saw Brendan Malone there giving instructions to his team. Get it moving. He'd like the high pick and roll up top for Damon Stoudemire.
Kukoc switches. Shot over top of him, comes up short.
Good help by Kukoc to really change Damon's shot.
So with now just 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter, the Bulls will try to take the lead. Jordan on the baseline, knocks down a shot with 2 guys in his face.
And he gets points for a degree of difficulty on that one, behind the glass as well.
Alvin Robertson loose and misses on the 3-pointer. So at the end of the first quarter, the Bulls have grabbed the lead, but it's just by 1. 21-20 the score at the end of the first 12. Back with the second quarter right after this. Welcome back to Skydome, everyone. John Saunders and Leo Robbins. And after 1 quarter of play, the Chicago Bulls lead the Raptors 21-20. The Raptors leading throughout much of the first quarter. In fact, most of it until Michael Jordan hit that shot along the baseline with about 3 seconds left. Let's take a look at the stats at the end of the first quarter. The Raptors holding Chicago to just 37% from the field.
Oh, they're working hard defensively, but look at that stat on free throws, John. 8 for 13 for the Bulls and only 1 for 1 for the Toronto Raptors. Also turnovers. Toronto doing a good job on the glass, but turnovers have led to 6 points. And we get a look at Michael Jordan taking a break.
Jordan with 5 points in the first quarter, which wouldn't be a bad outing for most people, but a guy averaging 31 points a game is going to get a little rest.
But the thing about Michael Jordan, it doesn't matter what he's done the rest of the game. When it gets to the fourth quarter, he is the most dangerous guy in the game of basketball.
Illegal defense called against the Raptors, first of the game. So Chicago will just get a fresh 24-second clock. Next time around, it'll be a technical and 1 shot.
I was talking to Brendan Malone yesterday, coach of the Raptors, and he was saying that we really have to concentrate on pushing the ball up court every chance we have. And that's the reason why Toronto is so effective when they get into that open court transition game.
Tracy Murray with the 3-pointer, but it was Oliver Miller, who's battling the flu, who reached in that started that break.
Well, there's a lot of question whether Oliver Miller would even dress tonight. Oh, nice move by Longley. Showing a little quickness in the post, going to the left.
Kerr again defending Damon Stoudemire. Dumped down to Oliver Miller off the glass. If he's got the flu, he plays well with it because he steps on the floor, starts the break for the first deuce, and then finishes the next one.
Well, Oliver Miller had a solid game the first time at Chicago. 8 points, 9 boards, couple of assists. He is definitely another player that can take advantage of Longley and Wennington down low.
Down to Kukoc. Good help. Good hands in the strip.
Eddie Pickney with the hands, always looking to strip down low.
Pickney gets it. Powers it up and in.
Excellent job. Eddie Pickney, both ends of the court, defensively and finishing it off on the offensive end.
Coach into the lane, dumps down to Dennis Rodman, who picks up another chippy.
It throws you off when you've got a guy 6'10" penetrating the way Kukoc does, and he really does not look to shoot most of the time. He's always looking to create for his teammates.
Rodman now with 6 points. Tracy Murray on the baseline, pulls up with the floater, won't go. Oliver Miller takes it in.
So often we see, John, when a player's not feeling good or not supposed to play, and when they play, they come out and have a great game because they're more focused, trying to get over whatever injury or sickness they have. Got to get over that guy. Steve Kerr with the jumper, but you're so focused on just trying to get through your bad feelings that you end up playing great basketball because your concentration is right on the money.
It's amazing what adrenaline will do for sickness as well. So it makes you feel a lot better to get out there and play.
Sure, you can be laying there almost on your deathbed, and all of a sudden you're ready to go as soon as that buzzer hits.
Ed Pinkney gets the feed underneath and converts.
Now that's great to get Ed Pinkney off to a good start with Tony Massenberg playing as well as he has. Eddie's minutes have been cut down, but he's played great basketball. And how about this? Alvin Robertson with the steal. Oh, good effort by
changes
Pippen.
his shot. Alvin's going to take it up again anyway, and probably ill-advised with Rodman and Pippen between him and the basket.
Well, there's not many guys that are going to catch Robertson off a steal, then block it, but Pippen has that ability.
Alvin Robertson with the tremendous hands to come up with that steal. But as you mentioned, Scottie Pippen got back in time to change the shot. Willie Anderson will be ready to check back into the game. We've got a timeout right now. The Raptors trailed by 1 at the end of the first quarter, but they've jumped out here in the second and lead by 4.
Court sense replay. Eddie Pickney coming off the bench, strips Tony Kukoc, and watch him get down the court. He's flying on the wing, and Damon Stoudemire sees his big man. You have to reward him. Drops the ball off, and Eddie Pickney powers it up. You always have to keep the big fellas happy. If you give them the ball when they run the court or get the rebound, they will continue to work hard for you. So will this guy. Oh,
I couldn't believe when you did that the other night.
It's like going to my chiropractor right there.
Luggage tag night presented by Air Canada as the Grizzlies are in here for their first trip this year.
John, does that mean you're going to get your bag?
Oh boy, I'm telling you, they caught me by surprise on that one. Pippen up and over with the hook. That's right, I don't have a luggage bag, but I can get a luggage tag.
Well, the tag's not going to do you a lot of good there, big fella.
I'll put that right on my duffel bag that I carry my clothes in. Nice shot by Tracy Murray. Looks back at the officials as if to say, hey, I should be at the line as well.
And that's Tracy Murray at his best, curling off a screen, going right to the bucket.
Longley tries to back in Oliver Miller. Oliver Miller again with the good hands to strip, and then Alvin Robertson steps in for another steal. Tracy Murray ahead of the break. Two-handed jam.
Oh, great pass. Starts with the defense, and then transition basketball.
7 quick points for Tracy Murray off the bench.
Tracy's been working so hard at his game to become a better rebounder, a better defensive player, to add to his shooting from the perimeter.
Scottie Pippen gets Alvin Robertson in the air. A little floater, misses everything. Kerr gets his back. There's only 2 on the shot clock. Kerr has to launch from Cleveland and misses that one.
Phil Jackson can't be too happy with what he's seeing right now. Watching the Bulls play the last 3 or 4 games, keep saying they're just so smooth and in a rhythm, and tonight they just look out of sync so far early in the ballgame.
Michael Jordan's back in, and the rookie Jason Cappy out of Alabama also onto the floor for his first appearance tonight. Tracy Murray again with the jump hook with the right hand.
And he's curling every time off the screens, going to the bucket, and his teammates are finding him. Everybody's so conscious of Tracy Murray from the 3, they're forcing him high, and he just curls and goes to the bucket.
I mean, how quick is Alvin Robertson? He did not start for the ball until it left the hands of the passer, and he still got there to break it up. The Raptors right now on a 14-6 run. Kukoc misses it. Ed Pinkney with the rebound.
Damon pushing the ball up court.
Oliver Miller tried to feed. That was meant for Ed Pinckney, who finally gets it on the nice pass by Tracy Murray. Throws it up, tips it up and in. Oh, you kidding?
When you're on a roll, you're on a roll. Murray lost the ball going up, but was able to tip it into the bucket. That's 11 points for Tracy Murray off the bench.
Steve Kerr launches a shot. It won't go in. Tracy Murray with the rebound.
That was a rush shot by Kerr. When he rushes a shot or has to shoot off the dribble, not as effective.
Stoudemire just lost the handle. Kukoc to Jordan. Alvin Robertson again with the great hands. Tips it away.
What hustle by Robertson. Most guys would not have had a shot at that ball.
Tracy Murray, that's a three-pointer short. Kukoc had the rebound. Oliver Miller keeps it alive. Jordan has it. Jordan and Alvin Robertson one-on-one. He pulls up. The shot is off the mark, and Pinckney pulls down the board.
Two guys going for the ball, Damon Stoudemire and Michael Jordan. And Jordan just blew away Damon. What quick.
Shot clock under 10. Stoudemire pulls up with a shot. It's a little flat, doesn't go. 10-point lead for the Raptors. Kerr. He's short. Caffey hauls down the rebound. Kerr thought about a three. Kukoc backing in. Tracy Murray fights his way in and gets fouled.
And Tony Kukoc, there's a guy, he has to spend a little bit more time looking for his post moves. And he's getting better at it this season.
At halftime, this is sponsored by Miller Genuine Drafted. Shoot for $1 million. 3 contestants will have to sink 3 shots, one from the free throw line, one from outside the three-point arc, and then one from half court. And they'll have a chance to win $1 million. Also a consolation bra for one contestant. 9 of their friends will fly to Houston to see the Raptors on the 27th. All sponsored by Miller Genuine Draft. It's coming up at halftime. Right now, Toronto with a 9-point lead as Kukoc converted on only one.
Toronto still sitting at 1 for 1 from the free throw line.
Stoudemire off the mark. Jordan, the only one underneath, comes up with a rebound. Kerr, that's a three-pointer, and Steve Kerr, you're not going to hold him off from out there very long.
Well, how many guys, when they miss a couple from inside the three-point line, just back out and knock one in from outside? But one of the career leaders in three-point percentage in the NBA.
Actually, he is #1 overall. #3
That's what I said.
Season.
The career leader.
Yeah. I knew that. Great pass by David Stoudemire into Willie Anderson.
Well, Willie very active. He's moving constantly without the ball. And he's been the recipient of a couple of easy buckets as a result.
The lob for Jordan. They're going to call a foul. Say Jordan got pushed in the back as he went up for it.
Well, Alvin Robertson tried to not allow Jordan to get up off the ground and force him off. And that's exactly what you want to do. You don't want to let the guy get behind you and get up in the air, but he didn't call for a foul that time.
Jordan with Alvin Robertson again, playing good defense on him, spins around, knocks down the shot.
And that's a tough shot. Jordan can turn either way when he takes you down on the baseline. And he's so good at setting you up. You get comfortable at one direction, and he comes back at you the other way.
Now 7 points for Michael Jordan. Stoudemire down to Alvin Robertson. Oh, nice find by Alvin Robertson to get Willie Anderson. Oliver Miller underneath. Oh, Alvin Robertson lost it going up. Pinckney with a couple of shots at it. Once again, and Pinckney gets fouled. Good hard work by the Raptors underneath.
Well, unselfish basketball. They're looking for each other and then going after the basketball on the glass. Here we get a look. It all starts off. Alvin Robertson hounded by Jordan underneath. Great find. Put it right through Blucher's arms on the other side of the court. And then Willie Anderson gets Miller. Great feed to Robertson. And look at this effort. Here's where the ball game is going to get won for the become a big factor for the Raptors. They have to go after that ball on the offensive glass. And they are out rebounding the Bulls to this point, 21-14.
Scottie Pippen comes back in, and Jason Caffey will go to the bench. Pinckney, who's seen his minutes
It's slipped some since Tony Massenberg's return, but the Raptors become very deep at that power forward position. Exactly, it's a trade-off. Eddie Pickney was playing so well, but now you have the bonus of having two players that can come in and give you quality minutes if one is having an off night. Michael Jordan to Longley, tipped away. Stoudemire has it. Steve Kerr, the only man back. Stoudemire fights around him, won't go up and in. Miller gets it. He powers one home. Good job of Damon. I thought he was fouled by Kerr going to the bucket, but the Raptors never gave up and followed the man on the break. Oh, nice hands by Miller.
Oliver Miller with his third steal. There's the lob for the Big O. Won't go, though. Oliver Miller took the feed. He called for the lob, but it just wouldn't rattle down. Judd Bushler into the game. His shot is flat. Willie Anderson has the rebound. Willie Anderson gets the feed from Damon. Offensive foul.
Tough call. Willie Anderson going to the bucket. Butcher was well below the basket.
We've got a timeout on the floor. Take a look. Willie looks like he's sliding beyond Bushler. We'll take another look when we come back. Stick around at halftime. This should be exciting as well. Miller, genuine draft, shoot for $1 million as contestants to try and make 3 consecutive shots and win $1 million. And also halftime rewind.
We're going to get another look at Willie Anderson taking the ball to the basket hard, and Butcher trying to get position, but you see at the last second he straightens up and leans, and Willie was also trying to avoid contact. Not a good call from this point of view.
Yeah, I think even if the officials were to look at that and have the ability to look at an instant replay, they'd change that call.
What you want to do defensively, you want to get there, and you have to be lower holding your position. The fact is he straightened out and really tried to make sure there was contact, and I think that takes it away from being a charge.
Randy Brown into the game for the Bulls. Jordan can't get the pass. It comes right to Bushler. Jordan spins on Alvin Robertson. Alvin with the good hands in the strip. Jordan throws it up with his back to the basket, and then he'll go to the line.
Great hands by Alvin, making Jordan work for everything tonight. And Jordan able to get his own miss and go up with Tabak committing the foul. Chicago Bulls, John, are averaging 14 turnovers a game. One of the lowest in the league in that category. Right now, they've already had 10 turnovers, and that's credit to Toronto's defense. They're coming out attacking, very active against the Bulls.
Well, that's part of the Bulls' game. They also force over 17 turnovers a game, and that's number 4 in the NBA. Tony Massenberg with a rebound on the Jordan miss.
They also rebound their opponents pretty well, and Toronto having the edge in that department. So right off the bat, Toronto's playing very, very well. They can sustain this, and that's going to be the big question. Can you continue to maintain playing against one of the best teams in the NBA?
Stoudemire had to double clutch on the shot, and Rodman has another board.
And now there's been a lot of opportunities where the Raptors have missed some easy shots or turned the ball over themselves that they could have a substantial lead early in the game.
Jordan in the corner, short. Pippen trying to get the rebound, strips it away from Alvin Robertson. And Jordan not going to miss too many times 2 in a row.
Well, you see, there's a guy that understands how to play the game. Caught the ball, could have put it up again after the first miss right away. Instead, took an extra dribble, got his feet set, and he was ready in the rhythm to shoot it.
Stoudemire loses Randy Brown momentarily. Brown reaches in, knocks it away. Shot clock is down to 7.
Brown, an excellent defensive player. That's why the Bulls acquired him from Sacramento.
Stoudemire just loses the handle in the double team and turns it over.
They're the hungriest team in the NBA, and their t-shirts, sweats, caps, b-balls, and more are yours to lay your claws on. In the Raptors nest at Sears. Expect more from Sears.
Scottie Pippen calling for the ball in the lane. Brown gets it. Lifts up his dribble. Shot clock down to 6. Scottie Pippen loses it well away from the basket with a shot clock at 2. Bushler They say he got it off. It was awfully close, but he misses the shot anyway.
I think it was a little late, John.
I would agree with you on that one. And Oliver Miller gets called for the foul as Randy Brown does a nice job.
Oliver Miller saying, hey, he flopped. He flopped. Brendan Malone telling his team, they say, forget about it. Get back on D.
Under a minute remaining here in the first half. Pippen knocks it down underneath. Randy Brown open for a jumper. Rattles round, won't go, and the Raptors clear the board. Oliver Miller, and then it's slapped out of bounds. It'll still belong to Toronto.
We have a battle down low. Jordan and Robertson are going at each other hard. They're really becoming very physical. I think Jordan becoming a little frustrated with the fact that Robertson is getting a hand on a lot of balls every time Michael Jordan is going up to shoot or put the ball on the floor to drive.
As you mentioned earlier in the game, and we talked about, they're close friends, but when they get on the floor, it's all business. There's nothing more than they want to do other than beat each other.
Well, Michael Jordan had a post-up situation. He just put a shoulder right into Robertson.
Stoudemire will find his way to the line. Again, they just spread the floor and let Damon drive to the basket. And this time he does force the foul.
Damon has had a tough time getting calls when he's been going to the basket. We're going to get a look at the battle. Watch Michael Jordan right now before he gets his position. You see Robertson's holding him, and they're just battling away. But right before that, Michael Jordan just put a big shoulder into Robertson's head.
You know, talking to some of the guys around the NBA, they say the guys who are the best defenders in the league are the guys who know to get away with things that are through. Guys who are the best rebounders know how to get it. Exactly. True
Any
of any
sport. Whether the guys that basically can shoot the best are the best defensive players or the best rebounders. Or even offensively, you want to be able to get your shots. We saw Reggie Miller the other night. He's one of these guys that can cheat and hold and push the right way to get open to get a shot off.
Luco tries to drive. And Oliver Miller gets called for a foul. Not over the limit. 20-second timeout called by the Bulls with under 5 seconds to go here in the first half, and the Raptors leading by 7. Pretty impressive performance by Toronto. All 3 times out now against Chicago.
Absolutely. They've come out in both previous games strong early. And you look at this, but the one thing that really stands out, the fact that Toronto does have this lead, and they're only 3 of 5 from the free throw line, whereas Chicago is 10 of 17. So Chicago getting to the line, getting more opportunities there, but defensively otherwise, Chicago has committed some fouls, but they're holding the Bulls, the Raptors are holding the Bulls only 37% from the field shooting it. You get a look at Jack Haley, who's been officially assigned to carry Dennis Rodman's bags for the Chicago Bulls. And we've noticed that he had a clipboard. He's also taking on coaching duties.
Right. Finding his way into the assistant coaching ranks. Jordan, free. Misses the jumper, tip back up. It's too late, and the Bulls fail to convert on their final possession. The Raptors lead it by 7. Back with our halftime festivities right after this.
An excellent defensive team like the Chicago Bulls.
And a team that, as we mentioned, forces a lot of turnovers. The Raptors only had 11 turnovers in the entire game against Indiana. And we're underway in the second half. Scottie Pippen brings the ball into play for Chicago.
Another aspect of the defense that the Raptors showed in the first half. Fast break points. Oh, nice move by Harper. Fast break points for the Chicago Bulls in the first half, John. 0.
Well, that is saying something against this team. Sprint up and down the floor when they have to. Stoudemire finds Alvin Robertson. Massenburg had set a screen for him, but Willie Anderson will try and knock it in. Oh, Dennis Rodman commits the cardinal sin, saving it under the other team's basket.
Exactly. If you can't throw the ball well away from underneath the basket, you're better off just letting the ball go out of bounds instead of giving up an easy 2.
And then Rodman comes back and answers at the other end, though.
Dennis is a competitor, and you know if he makes a mistake at one end, he's going to come right back. But how about Tony Massenburg? He's jockeying for position and really battling Rodman and getting good rebounding position down low on the offensive glass.
Stoudemire at the top of the key finds Alvin Robertson. He wants some movement from Tony Massenburg. Willie Anderson Anderson loses it, gets it back. Massenberg is open in the corner. High arcing shot goes off the backboard, and it's a 24-second violation. Remind everybody that closed captioning for each and every game is brought to you by the Raptors Foundation. Michael Jordan, three-pointer buries it.
You don't keep this guy down for long. 4 of 10 from the field in the first half, and Michael Jordan asserting himself immediately in the second half.
Gets it down to a 2-point game. Offensive foul. Tabak will be called for the illegal screen.
Jean Tabak trying to make sure that he hits Michael Jordan on the screen, taking a step, and part of that is Damon. Damon has to make sure that he cuts shoulder to shoulder off of Tabak so that Tabak doesn't try to move and get Jordan.
Tough shot won't go. Tabak comes down with a rebound and finds Damon Stoudemire. Willie Anderson gets it on the wing. Finds Alvin Robertson. Stoudemire. Harper working on him now. Pulls up, shoots over top of him, and knocks in a three.
Oh, Damon Stoudemire. As the season goes on, he's getting better and better. Percentages are going up.
And an offensive foul against the Bulls at the other end of the floor. Toronto gets possession.
They're the hungriest team in the NBA, and their t-shirts, sweats, caps, b-balls, and more are yours to lay your claws on. In the Raptors nest at Sears. Expect more from Sears.
In the early games, Damon Stoudemire's percentage from 3 was way down, almost at 40% right now, at 38, little about 38.5% from 3. So he's really getting his legs and finding out when he can take the shots for the Raptors.
Willie Anderson down the lane, challenged underneath there. Longley had it. Tabak stripped him, but then lost it out of bounds.
Good effort. You see that you get the white shirts surrounding the ball, the basket. It's that effort that Brendan Malone expects from his team every night. Now remember, the Orlando Magic came in here as one of the best teams in the NBA. And got beat by 17 by the Toronto Raptors, so you know they're capable of coming up with big games and sustaining. Yeah, there's a guy that come up with a big game or two.
He's capable of taking off from outside just about anywhere on that arc and knocking it down. Michael Jordan now with 15. Bach battling Luke Longley. Backs him in and finds Willie Anderson to Stoudemire. He lets fly with a three and buries it.
Good job. Tabak had the ball down low. Didn't try to force a shot. Swung it up to Willie, who immediately found Damon.
14 now for Damon Stoudemire. Harper from outside answers back.
Ron Harper for 3.
Ron Harper's another guy who's battled a lot of criticism in Chicago. Came over, signed a big contract. Even Michael Jordan said in his retirement, do not sign this guy. But he has come back and played very well this season.
Double dribble is called against Alvin Robertson.
Here, look at Jordan just blowing by Alvin Robertson, which is not an easy thing to do, and finishing as only he can.
Longley to Scottie Pippen. Alvin Robertson out quickly on him. Jordan gets it, shoots over the top of Willie Anderson. Rattles around, tipped up by Dennis Rodman, no good. And then the loose ball foul will likely go against Luke Longley.
Dennis Rodman mad at himself. He had a great look inside position, had the tip a little bit too hard, and not able to finish it off. Jordan with a high arcing fadeaway. And see Rodman's right there, but just couldn't get it to drop.
Stoudemire working on Michael Jordan, gets it back, spins behind Tabak. Nice little screen by Tabak.
Oh my! Damon Stoudemire is on a roll, 16.
And really a great use of the screen by Damon there as well to free himself.
He really did. He looks very relaxed. He's very comfortable right now, and as you said, freed himself with very little effort.
Harper finds Jordan. That's a three-pointer. It's short. Stoudemire has the rebound. Quickly ahead to Tabak. Tries to drive in and dump it out. That's offensive foul. That's one time where the big guy probably should have waited for the little guys to catch up.
And that's exactly why you don't want to give your big man the ball on the wing on a fast break. Tabak should have just taken a dribble and waited for somebody to take the ball from him. You see, right now he looks uncomfortable, and he's making a decision to pick up his dribble 20 feet away from the basket. You just don't want to do that. Damon didn't have a choice as to throwing it up to Tabak because Michael Jordan jumped on him just as he caught the basketball, but Tabak has to realize that's not his job.
Number 4 on John Tabak. So he goes to the bench. Scottie Pippen dumps it down to Jordan. Jordan working on Willie Anderson, shoots over top of him and scores.
It is so difficult to play him because you're aware that he can drive. He is so quick, he can put the ball on the floor, but he's a great shooter. He can hit from almost anywhere on the court, and you can see Willie Anderson's trying to stay close to him, but if you get too close, he's going to take you right to the basket.
Shot clock is down to 6. What a move by Stoudemire. Willie Anderson, they need to shoot 1 second on the clock, and Massenburg beats it.
Great ball movement by the Raptors, all created by Damon.
Jordan with a 3, in and out. Oliver Miller with the rebound.
I cannot believe how quickly he was able to shake Michael Jordan in that last move, John.
Stoudemire pulls up, launches a 3, no good. No one underneath the rebound for the Raptors, so Chicago resets.
Now, that was a quick shot, but not a bad shot because Damon Stoudemire's been hitting. He's feeling good right now, and he's going to look for those opportunities.
Harper muscles that one home.
Ron Harper.
Ron Harper at 6'6", has the ability to go inside. We haven't seen him take advantage of his size really in the two previous games and this game against the Raptors, but again, he has the ability to go down low.
Stoudemire with 6 on the clock, working on Michael Jordan. Passed him into the lane to Oliver Miller. Rolls around but won't go down. Rodman with another rebound.
The big O could have helped Damon. As Damon penetrated, O should have been going to the basket. Instead of a 6-footer, he would have had a dunk.
Luke Longley underneath.
Luke Longley.
Longley does not do that often. He likes to go soft. That time, slamming one home.
And a timeout on the floor as the Raptors lead is down to 1 with under 5 minutes to go. Michael Jordan looks skyward, and that's where he's headed on this play.
Great use of the screen and good job by Jean Tabak of holding his position and not getting over anxious and move on it as we saw him do in the previous play.
Damon Stoudemire, just a rookie, but obviously very schooled on the way to use the screen to free yourself up. Here's the backcourt matchup. Jordan with 17, Stoudemire with 16 and 8 as he's headed towards another double-double. Willie Anderson tried to find Tony Massenburg. The pass just a little high. It's a turnover.
The Raptors at this point are up to 16 turnovers.
Jordan finds Longley with a jumper. He's long with the jumper. Longley, I guess.
I got it.
Willie Anderson.
Again, we see the high pick and roll. Damon likes to work off the high pick and roll. No, my, is he on fire? Off the dribble, off the screen, you can call it. Damon is making it.
18 points now to go with those 8 assists for Stoudemire. Longley with Oliver Miller right on his back. Harper, short. Jordan with the rebound, finds Pippen, thinks about the 3. Longley tries back in Miller, finds Michael Jordan, and he buries a 3-pointer.
Damon made a good effort to try to get there, but Jordan gives him some space, and he's going to knock it in. And 20 points. Michael?
At 10 in the first half, already 10 here in the third quarter. Stoudemire tries to free himself of Jordan, finds Alvin Robertson. Shot clock's at 3. Stoudemire launches just off the mark. Rodman with the rebound.
Damon didn't quite get that follow through on that shot.
Pippen underneath. Backs in Alvarado. Spins. Hook no good. Rodman had it and lost it right out of bounds.
Pippen has been struggling from the field. He's had some pretty good looks, but only shooting 3 of 10.
A poor performance in New Jersey. Out of bounds. Turnover on Toronto. Timeout on the floor. Under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Bulls and the Raptors tied at 59.
Traveling to the States on the road.
Toronto,
Yeah, absolutely. You see the Raptors stuff everywhere. It's a very popular logo already in the league.
Pippen. Murray quickly gets out on him. Longley back to Pippen. Tries to force it into Jordan, and the Raptors tip it away.
Again, Alvin Robertson right there deflecting the basketball.
Alvin comes to help out Stoudemire. Shot clock is down to 5 now as Damon starts his dribble. Great move. Dumps it down. Nearly turned over just 1 second on the shot clock. And we have seen in one game, we saw the Raptors score twice with 1 second on the shot clock. Not this time around as Longley gets out on the block on Oliver Miller.
How about Damon Stoudemire going by around Michael Jordan? Now he's made 2 moves that he's completely left Michael Jordan out left field. And that's pretty impressive. And Jordan being one of the better defensive players in the NBA.
Scottie Pippen finds Luke Longley.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Jordan into the lane, gets fouled on the floor. Noon is during the day, although it's probably night somewhere. So if you want to call it bumper sticker night, as Jordan launches and buries a 3 and just turns and runs up court as if to say, any question about that?
Just mark it in the books, fellas.
It's extremely warm in here for a January night. It's very hot in here tonight, and the 36,000 people in here are part of the reason why.
This is the warmest it's been since we've done any games here at the Stadium.
Nice little hook by Tony Massenburg.
Tony Massenburg's been quiet in the first half, picking up foul trouble, and Scottie Pippen now warming up from 3, and he's talking to the courtside seats.
Scottie Pippen, a 43% shooter from 3-point range. We just had a back-to-back example of how tough they are to stop. Massenburg again with a great post move, and he'll go to the line.
Good job by Tony just catching that ball in traffic and maintaining his balance. He used the dribble to make sure he was set to go up strong, but just getting that ball in traffic and protecting it was tough enough alone, not making the shot. Tony happy with that effort. And you could just read his lips. He said, give me the ball. He wants to take Rodman down low. Tony was very pleased in the previous game when he had 24 points that he got a lot of looks and attempts to go to the basket. He said, hey, I can do that. You give me the ball. It tells me I'm active and I'm ready to play.
Oliver Miller had the block. Jordan then on the follow. No good. But a fresh 24. Rodman down to Pippen. Out to Luke Longley.
And good call by the official. Dennis Rodman started jockeying for position with Alvin Robertson and Oliver Miller well before anything was done with the basketball.
Seconds ago, there's about a 1 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. The Raptors can, for all intents and purposes, take it down for a final shot if they'd like. And they spread the floor. Let Stoudemire work one-on-one, finds Tracy Murray. And an offensive foul on Damon Stoudemire.
Official saying Damon came over with the hip to free up Tracy Murray on that shot.
So 5.3 left in the third quarter. 1 point lead for the Bulls. Tony Kukoc and Steve Kerr come back onto the floor to give them some guys who can shoot the long-range shot with only 5 seconds remaining. Pippen right down the lane and gets fouled. plus makes the shot.
He is so quick. The long arms, the great reach going to the basket.
There's a nice job of coaching by Phil Jackson because he brings in the 2 3-point shooters and automatically puts in the heads of the guys on the floor. We're setting up for a long-range shot. We've only got 5 seconds, and Pippen just drives the length of the floor and scores.
He is so good. Now think about it. This guy, Scottie Pippen, was a manager, actually a manager of the team in college. And he's all of a sudden has this growth spurt, and everybody's interested. He goes on to become a star in college, and then obviously in the NBA, one of the best all-around players.
Ooh, Alvin Miller, I'll tell you, that was online. It was a little long. But Scottie Pippen fails to increase the lead. Right now, the Bulls lead Toronto by 3. Their 6th game in a row. He's here every night in town making a movie, and he doesn't miss a game.
He's been a little quiet, though. No courtside chatting like he did with Reggie Miller the other night.
Damon Stoudemire along with a shot, and Scottie Pippen chases down the rebound. Take a look at the scoring by quarters as the Bulls come out firing in the 3rd, and that's why they have a 3-point lead.
Well, this game has followed suit with the other 2 ball games previously played between these 2 teams, John. Chicago had a 2-point deficit with 5:30 to go in the 4th quarter at Chicago. Toronto played very well down in the stretch. We see Alvin Robertson picking up a foul, battling Scottie Pippen. And then the last game, it was tied at 70 in the 3rd quarter, and Chicago pulled away at the end. So this game is pretty much playing the same way. And you look at Alvin Robertson using his hip and his forearm to push Scottie Pippen away from the post.
And then the foul will send Scottie Pippen to the line. And Jean Tabak set to check in for the Raptors. Massenberg whistled for the foul.
Massenberg quiet because he spent most of the first half on the bench with foul trouble. That's his 3rd personal foul.
Pippen missing. Now, we've talked about this before, about the difference of playing in a dome as to playing in a regular arena. And I heard Phil Jackson in an interview done this afternoon at the practice saying that with a crowd this big and with a dome type of setting that you've never played in before, it can hurt your shooting somewhat.
It can. You want to try to get in here and shoot, get comfortable with the arena, but it does not usually take players, good shooters, long to get the range. As we see, Michael Jordan struggled early, but he's getting back into it. Scottie Pippen, however, hasn't been able to quite bounce back, at least from the free throw line, only shooting 1 for 6.
So the Raptors go back to work, down by 3 now. Stoudemire with Kerr trying to trap him on the side. Tabak pulls up with the shot and knocks it in over top of Luke Longley.
That's 7 for Tabak, and we've seen him hit a couple of long-range jumpers.
Kerr pulls up and launches a 3, rattles around and stays down eventually.
And that's the scouting report, folks. You cannot leave this guy. You saw him curl, and everybody backed away. If anything, you want to keep him put with the dribble and force him to drive as opposed to shoot an open 3.
Quite a battle. Shot clock is down to 7. Tabak tries to drive in the lane. Close to a double dribble there. Tracy Murray does. Fly in, won't go, and Longley has the rebound, but Scottie Pippen loses it on his way up the floor.
Oh, Luke Longley threw the ball a little bit behind Scottie. Scottie was already in stride going down court. See Phil Jackson not too happy with the way his team's playing.
Pick and roll with Massenberg. He gets fouled, and he'll go to the line.
And Tony always goes strong to the basket, looking to get fouled. Excellent feed by Damon Stoudemire. He knew where Massenberg was, and Tony doesn't wait. You'll watch Tony. As soon as that pass is made, he's already moving to the basket, knowing that Damon will find him if the opportunity is there. And Pippen commits the foul.
Massenberg would set up to lay the screen. Stoudemire takes him one line.
And good focus. If you watch Massenberg's eyes when he's shooting the free throw, he does not watch the ball. He focuses right on the rim, and that gives you great results. A lot of players take their eyes off the ball, off the rim, I should say, and watch the ball, and their free throw percentage definitely goes down because you cannot focus on the ball. It has to be the target.
Lead is down to 2. Goes up for a three. He's long with it, but it comes right into the hands of Michael Jordan.
Have to be prepared. The long shots obviously bring long rebounds.
Oh, Kukoc, tough little move.
Hey, the guy's 6'10". He can make those moves down low. He should spend a little bit more time in the post area.
Massenberg backs Kukoc in, over top of him, knocks it in, and that's what you were just talking about. He wants the ball down there.
He's asking for it. He's saying, give me the ball. I can score. And you see that time, almost traveled, almost lost his balance. But Tony, much like Eddie Pickney, does a great job of regaining and setting himself up before he makes his move.
13 now for Massenberg. Longly misses. Kept alive by Pippen. Kerr tries to drive in, finds Pippen. Alvin Robertson out on him quickly, and that's what stopped the three, but
Scottie Pippen did a good job of getting around Alvin. Alvin just grabbed on once Scottie Pippen had inside position.
Toronto's number 7, Alvin Robertson, is 12 now, taking his third of the game. That's team foul number 3 for the Raptors.
Jordan wants it with Alvin Robertson on his back. Tries to back him in, spins him one way. Jump shot, good.
That move is so quick. It gives you that head and shoulder fake the opposite way which he wants to go. And if you go for it at all, he's gone up for the jumper.
It's so fast that I'm surprised some guys can go for it.
Exactly. I mean,
he wouldn't beat me on that move. Massenberg bumped as he put the shot up. Alvin Robertson on the follow.
Well, Tony Kukoc and Jordan came over to help out Kukoc on Massenberg's shot, which freed up Alvin Robertson for an easy 2. And that's a heads-up play by Robertson by going after the ball, reading the play.
Kukoc tries to get Jordan tipped by Stoudemire.
Michael looks at the clock. Luke Longley came up the screen. When Jordan's game over, like, get out of here.
5 on the shot clock. Jordan misses it, and Stoudemire chases it down. The Raptors with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. Tracy Murray back out to Damon Stoudemire.
And Brendan Malone is saying, get the ball inside the post.
Oh, what a pass! Are you kidding me? What a pass! Everybody on the Bulls turned their head, and Stoudemire threaded the needle to Massenberg.
And good read by Stoudemire. How about Massenberg getting open? Everybody thought Robertson was going to post up, so they were preparing for it. And Damon with an unbelievable pass.
You know, we are tied at 74. Kerr into the lane, back out to Jordan. Let's fly with a 3. Rattles it home.
Chicago doing a great job of moving the basketball. This guy heating up. 28 now for Michael. Remember, he's been averaging 42 a game in his last 3 outings.
Massenberg spins on Pippen. Pippen fouls him. Timeout on the floor. 77-74. Stick around.
Get another look at Damon Stoudemire's pass. Unbelievable pass right off the dribble to Tony Massenberg, and that's the 21st double-double for Damon Stoudemire. Points and assists. 18 points and 11 assists. What a pass.
And you saw in that replay, Michael Jordan turned his head for a split second. And that's what makes that pass so great. If he doesn't throw it exactly when he threw it, that pass doesn't get through there.
And it's right on, and exactly, John. And normally you tell players, especially young players, 2 hands on the ball all the time. You do not want to throw one-handed passes. But at the same time, when you're practicing, working on your game, you have to work on that pass because you never know when a situation arises like that. The defense turns their head, you have the ball on the dribble, and you have to immediately deliver. Damon, excellent, excellent read. What's also impressive about that, Sean, Damon's 5'10". He's not Michael Jordan with hands. He can't palm the ball like a grapefruit. He does not have hands that are that big to palm the ball and carry it. That's done simply by practicing and having a great feel for the basketball.
Massenberg now with 17 points. Jordan spins, falling away, knocks it in.
It is scary what this guy can do when the game is on the line. And he's talking to Alvin, too. As we said, these guys are friends. And George is letting him know, hey, you did a good job, but you're not going to stop.
Massenberg, good job to keep the dribble alive before finding Tabak. Shot clock at 5. Robertson drives, dumps it off for Tabak. 2 on the clock, lays it in.
Great shot by Tabak. He really didn't know where he was for a second, but found his bearings and laid it up.
Jordan with Alvin Robertson on his back. Shot clock under 10. Spins one way, falling away again. And again, Alvin Robertson did everything you could ask of a defender, but when the guy falls away on you like that, what do you do?
There's nothing you can do. Even Alvin Robertson is smiling at Jordan saying, hey, I did everything I could do on that play. That was just a great, great shot.
Stoudemire loses it.
They're the hungriest team in the NBA, and their t-shirts, sweats, caps, b-balls, and more are yours to lay your claws on. In the Raptors nest at Sears. Expect more from Sears.
Chicago's lead at 3 now as Luke Longley receives a pass over to Bach. Tabak made him change it. Rodman on the other side. Stoudemire keeps it alive for Tracy Murray to chase it down.
A great block on Rodman. The Raptors continue to work and fight down the stretch. Now you have to wonder, Damon turned the ball over, dribbling the ball off his foot. He has played 43 minutes to this point.
Stoudemire pulls up, knocks it in.
That's the 20th point for Damon Stoudemire. This kid does not feel pressure, John. He'll make the big shots. He's not afraid. He wants the ball, much like Michael Jordan in the fourth quarter.
And the lead is down to 1 as Longley finds Kukoc. Kerr tries to work on Stoudemire. Longley gets it. 3 on the shot clock as Jordan receives and falls away. And if that had gone...
If that would have went in, John, we just put the mics down and get out of here.
I was going to say, then the Raptors would have been awfully discouraged after a great job of defense.
What's amazing is the Bulls took a long time to get Jordan the ball to take that shot. Hey, the guy has not missed down the stretch. Give him the ball. Give him some time.
Tracy Murray for 3.
Oh, great shot by Murray. And the Raptors have the lead.
With under 4 minutes remaining, 83-81 Raptors. Jordan tried to cut to the basket, switches direction, and gets fouled.
John, that was an unbelievable change of direction by Michael Jordan. He caught the ball, was heading one way, stopped on a dime, changed directions, and found the opening to get the ball to the bucket. We'll get another look at it. Watch Michael. He's heading at full speed one direction, stops on a dime, changes direction, and goes right through the opening. And one of the things that makes Michael Jordan a great fourth quarter player, he will get to the free throw line at the end of the game. It's not just jump shots. He knows, much like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird did in their heyday, that to win ball games, you have to take the ball to the bucket and get to the free throw line.
As he's tied the game now.
And Toronto's caught a big break. Chicago only 12 of 22. That's only 54%, where Toronto has only had half as many attempts, but they've made 8 of 10. And that has been the difference in how the free throws have not hurt Toronto as bad as they could have.
Stoudemire pulls up and knocks it down to give the Raptors another lead.
And Damon has a look at his face right now, John. He's feeling good out there.
Pippen to Longley, gets it back. Underneath with the drive, no good. Rodman on the other side gets it back out to Pippen again. This time it's a 3, and he buries it to give Chicago a lead.
Big-time rebound by Rodman. All he could do is get one hand on it, and he uses that one hand to not only get the ball, but get it back out to Pippen, who's been quiet, but has 16.
Rodman now with 11 rebounds in the game. Stoudemire backs up Kerr. Finds Alvin Robertson. Shot is well off the mark.
Now Robertson hasn't taken a shot in a while. It's not a shot you want to look for.
Kerr's three, no good. Tabak clears out Rodman, gets the rebound.
How about that, John? Tabak just goes right over Rodman. Rodman had the ball. He just took it out of his hands. Not many guys do that.
And then Tabak going down the floor, spots Rodman on the backside as if to say, hey, I know you're the best in the league, but I'm equal to the task right now. Stoudemire around Kerr. Three on the shot clock as he lets it fly. Long with it. Comes back out to Kerr.
That was a deep, deep shot for Stoudemire.
We've got a timeout. Chicago wants to talk about things with only 2:02 to go. An 86-85 lead. Scottie Pippen to the goal. And can't get the roll. Back with more in a moment. I won. And a look at the Bell leaderboard. Jordan with 24 in the second half. He's over his season average of 31. Pippen with 16, Stoudemire with 22, and Tony Massenberg with 17. And in any other given night, this game might not be that important to the Chicago Bulls. Playing an expansion team, well on their way to leading the league, but they want to set a record, try and get to that 70-win mark. So it's like a playoff game for both the Raptors and the Bulls.
Exactly. No one can argue that the Bulls are not taking the Raptors lightly, because they are on a mission to have a 70-plus win season. So every game is important for Chicago.
Jordan, and he gets Alvin Robertson in the air. Alvin Robertson, you could see as he's defending that time, says, you're not going to beat me on that fall away again. I'm going to stay right with you.
Exactly. And Alvin trying to time it. You can see he has a smile on his face going, geez, he got me again. I had it. I'm just not going to give it up. But that's what's great about Jordan. He reads you. As quick as he makes his moves, he feels you on his body, and he's just waiting for you to react. And just a tremendous job by Michael to this time just fake Alvin Robertson and draw the foul.
Jordan converts both, and it's a three-point lead for the Bulls. Again, you got to say a lot about what Toronto's done. This is a team averaging over 108 points a game, and right now they're not at the 90-point mark with under 2 minutes to go. Stoudemire pulls up on the baseline, gets it back to one.
David Stoudemire working Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr cannot hang with David Stoudemire. David doing it with the dribble, backing him up and pulling up right in his face.
Longley. Scottie Pippen, pump fake, dumps it down to Jordan. Alvin Robertson. Jordan off the mark, but guess who comes up with the loose ball?
And you notice Rodman has been quiet, John, during the course of the game. Even though he has 13 rebounds, most of them come in the second half, and most of them in crunch time.
Jordan down to Rodman. Nice find to Luke Longley, and Longley knocks it in.
Now that looked like a pretty good play. Rodman throws a pass to Longley, but that's a play Rodman should take up. Go up and dunk the ball, try to get a foul.
Under a minute remaining, three-point game. Stoudemire tries to tie, just short with it. Longley has the rebound. Crowd calling out for the defense. Need to stop it. Shot clock down to 8. Jordan lets fly. Michael Jordan.
And John, he's tired. He was bent over, breathing hard, but he wants that ball to take the game. Incredible desire and competitive edge displayed by Michael Jordan. You could just see Alvin Robertson was trying to keep him from getting the ball. Jordan kind of bent over, had a tired look on his face.
So he got into the game. Back underway. Stoudemire pulls up. Oh, and buries it with Longley and Kerr right in his face.
That was an unbelievable shot. There was as much pressure as you could ask on David Stoudemire.
Jordan, they're going to have to foul, although they don't want to send him to the line. Oliver Miller quickly gets over and fouls Luke Longley, who is, unfortunately for the Raptors, a 79% free throw shooter.
By the same point there, John, Longley has not gotten to the free throw line. Look at this shot. Kerr, Longley, unbelievable play by David Stoudemire. 26 on the night. Bad free throw shooting is contagious. One guy starts missing, and it goes through the whole team. And Longley, one thing you don't want to do is get to the line when you haven't been there with the game right down to the wire.
And he misses both. Miller gets the rebound. Timeout called by the Raptors. I think Damon Stoudemire wanted to push that ball right up the floor.
He did. He did not want a timeout. He took the ball, and he was ready to rock and roll down court. But the Raptors had a timeout.
Alvin Robertson as well. He was gone up the floor, ready for it. So the Raptors will have a chance to tie this game. Just under 5 seconds remaining in the contest. Next game, CFRB will have it for you. The Celtics and the Raptors at noon on Sunday. And our next television game on the new VR as the Nets come in here. The Nets were in here on opening night. Got pasted by Toronto in the first game, 7 o'clock on Tuesday.
And the Nets returned the favor in New Jersey this past week, so you know Toronto will come back strong Tuesday night, especially building off a game like tonight.
Stoudemire and Jordan. You look at the backcourt matchup. Jordan out of the shooting guard position has 38 points and 2 assists. Damon out of the point guard position with his 21st double-double, 26 and 12. He's now just 3 shy from his third inbounds of the ball. Dennis Rodman guarding him. Stoudemire having a tough time getting free. He finally gets the ball and gets fouled as Chicago elects to foul Stoudemire before he has a chance to shoot the 3. Let him go to the line and get just 2.
Very, very smart play by Steve Kerr. Don't let Stoudemire shoot the 3. You have a 3-point cushion. Foul him. And now Toronto also has to take the ball to bounce at 2.8 on the clock. Very difficult situation for the Raptors.
And Chicago takes a delay of game as they go up and bump Alvin Robertson so they can get a look at Toronto's set. Again, tough time getting the ball in. Alvin Robertson has to call a timeout.
Well, you have to be impressed by that. A veteran team, the Chicago Bulls, Steve Kerr. So many times you say, well, the guy got the shot up. Hey, foul him. Don't let him get a 3-point shot up. Especially, obviously, Chicago did a good job of knowing the clock, the timeout situation, a foul situation. They fouled Damon. They're not going to the line. Excellent job,
Murray, for a 3-point attempt. 2.8 remaining. Oliver Miller has to let fly with the 3, and it's off the mark. They wanted the ball into Miller and then quickly to Stoudemire. But Damon Stoudemire was denied the ball by the defensive pressure of the Chicago Bulls, and Oliver looked over to Damon but could not get him the ball.
He tried to get him the ball, the just pass wasn't there, and Oliver Miller had to put up a desperation shot from 3, but great effort by the Toronto Raptors.
Another great effort, but it comes up just short. Once again, Chicago escapes with a 3-point win. Back in a moment.